it's like you got to choose. You're like, do I want to steal this ball and not finish the game, or, you know, do I want to go down in history, best score ever, finish the game, but then I can't steal the ball? Tough decision for sure.
I forgot I can't hit in this game either, but can I ready you up? Can I?
Oh, you know what? Sorry, I forgot I had to ready up. This game, I like it, and I played it quite a bit, but it's always the first game to get uninstalled if I need space for other stuff.
I mean, it's probably like 30, 40 gigs. I can understand that.
Yeah, I don't know if it is actually that much. I always think that it's that much, but realistically, I don't think it is. You know.
I was able to make the space because I was uninstalled a little game by the name of Back for Blood, which allowed me to get this back on the hard drive real quick.
Yeah. You didn't really like it that much, eh? Like
I don't think it was like a bad game, except it was like it was torture for me for some reason.
Yeah, no, I get that. I think it's the kind of game that is kind of fun if you play it for like an hour or so, but playing it for any longer, you can get a big headache.
I was getting a headache. I was tired. I had motion sickness. There were 1,000 menus. I didn't know what I was doing.
Man, oh man.
Hey, but listen,
how do you get the bird's eye? Is it space? Oh yeah, it's space.
Yeah, I'm on controller, so I do not know.
Oh, okay.
So I have to apologize on my end, but I've told this story like 2 times today already, but I love it, and I'm going to keep telling it because I'm proud of myself.
Okay.
I went to a soup Nazi style deli,
Right.
where the service staff is like very like, hey, come on, like what do you want? And I stood up for myself and gave them a little bit of the sass that they were giving me. So like
like what? Like aggressive?
well, they were like just kind of snarky and like I would say like dismissive or like belittling of me a little bit. Like so the way that it works is like you go into the line and then you don't go to like counter to counter, like you get served by one person throughout the whole line. So we were waiting there for like our server forever, and then eventually she finished with the person in front of us and was like, "Oh, you guys don't need help." And I said, "Actually, we do." And then she said, "How the heck does that happen?" And I said, "You tell me." And she was kind of like, she was like, she knew I wasn't going to be trifled with. Then I started trying to like order some stuff, and she said, "Sorry, sir, like this lady's in front of you." Like she was very brusque with me.
Right.
And I said, "Yeah, I know, that's my wife. She's with us." And then she was like, she started to stammer. So I'm coming across not the best here, but
No. Did you capitalize on the stammer though? That's usually a pretty
well,
pretty good one to get.
she tried to get out of the stun lock, right? She went
Right.
because I was with my mom too. She was like, "Oh, are all 3 of you together?" And I said, "Yeah." Is that going to be a problem? And then
Wow. Man, that is pretty sassy. Actually,
I mean, she was trying to dish it out. There was no
no.
"Hey, what'll you have, sir?" or like, you know, "Sorry for the wait." It was just like she was making it seem like it was my fault I hadn't been served yet, and I wasn't gonna let her get one over on me in the conversation.
Yeah. Well, whoa.
That was.
I mean,
trip.
yeah, I think that's fine. I've never really. I don't know if I've ever been in a situation where I've had to really sass someone that badly before, you know, like in my mind I prepare myself to do it.
Yes.
You know, if I think that it's coming, like I had to take my daughter to the doctor last week because she's got this like recurring cough all the time, but it's not COVID. Like she's had it since before COVID came and everything, and but like her symptoms are just like tons of coughing, just like a cold that accompanies it every once in a while. But none of us ever get it. Like we're never coughing or anything. Like it's just she just has it. So I said to my wife, you know, I got to take her to the doctor. She's like, you can't take her to the doctor because the doctor said don't bring anybody in if they have the following symptoms, and the symptoms are just like everything that could ever go wrong with you, right? So they basically have decided they don't want to work anymore. So I was
I
like,
too think
well,
that the healthcare professionals have it too easy during the pandemic. That's
they just don't want to do it anymore. The list is like, don't come in if you're coughing or you have tears in your eyes or if you've been sweating or if you're breathing or whatever.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but I just said, well, listen, like she probably has asthma or something. We need to take her in and see what's going on. Um, So I just said, you know what? If they ask me if she has COVID symptoms, I'm just gonna say no. And then if they
It's
challenge me
like,
about it when I get there, I'm just gonna say, well, listen, like I'm not a doctor or anything, but I know it's not COVID. All right, come on. She's 5 years old. She's coughing like all the time. And
they're
I
like,
was
come on,
ready,
we're
but
cool, we're cool.
they didn't say anything though. Like I was really ready, and they just didn't
Oh
say anything, so it was
man,
fine.
that is really good though.
Don't come in if you're sick. I know it's crazy, right? I mean, I'd say I'm like 50% sure it's not COVID, but like at the same time, she needed something. Like she couldn't even sleep. She was just coughing so much.
I mean, we were having like similar. I mean, again, it sucks. Like, it's less bad for us than it is for like the people who are suffering. Don't get me wrong. But like sometimes we've had the same thing like with our doctor. We're like, maybe we need to go in for something, and they're like, if you're sick, don't come in. And I'm like, well, if I was good, I wouldn't be
You
leaving
would
you
hear
this
from me.
voicemail. Like you would be.
Yeah, yeah. Like I mean, I guess they can come to my house if they want, but like
Yeah, we're
it's like
gonna
a
feel
leper
my
colony
lymph
over
nodes
here.
over
Like,
Zoom or something. Like it.
yeah, I don't know if like that's really the play. They don't know if they want to come over here. It's
Look,
lots of germs and
I'm
stuff.
not gonna say I've lied to those questionnaires. There's sometimes I would say I've made I've fibbed a little. Like
Yeah.
if they're like do you have any of these symptoms and one of them's like a headache? I'm like,
No.
I'll check the no
Me?
box. Even in my head, it's like I got a little bit of a headache. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but I got
You
some
got
shit to do.
Have you been sweating profusely recently? No. You're like drenched. Like I mean, I think you gotta chance it sometimes, right? Like oh my god.
I can't believe it.
Jeez. That's like an armed robbery.
No.
That was really bad.
Like if I had a cough, I was stuffed up. I would simply not go. I wouldn't get to the door and be like, oh right, I forgot
Yeah.
about that. But sometimes you just got like a light headache, and then or they're like shortness of breath, and I'm like, yeah, I walked here, and you're like, all right. Because I had that
Yeah.
happen before, like and here's the thing: these doctors, like they don't know what they want, right?
No.
Like 7 years ago when I had my last physical, she
You
did.
had a physical 7 years ago?
Yeah, and I had to fight for it too because they were like, what?
Really?
They were like, oh, be cool. You're in your 20s. You don't need a physical. I had to fight
Nice.
for it a little bit, but then like,
Yeah.
so my doctor was like, anything else that like is anything bothering you? And I said, well, yeah, like 6 months ago or 4 months ago, like I was jogging on like the beach and something tweaked in my knee. I was like 6 or 7 kilometers from home. I walked home on my knee and it was so fucked up I couldn't unbend it for like 12 hours. I was just like lying in pain in bed and like it still aches really bad when it rains. And she was like, "Oh, so that sounds like it's all like probably good now." And I was like, "Okay, I get it. So you don't sorry for burdening you with my problems.
Oh
I kind of
man.
thought that's what you were here for, but
Yeah, well, I think like it's one of those things where it's like if you say you have like a bit of a cough or like the sniffles or whatever, they're like, yeah, here, take some vapor rub and like some Robitussin or whatever, and like you'll be fine. But when you say something about like a complicated part of the body, like knees or whatever, they're just like, oh,
oh, that
yeah,
sucks.
that'll just clear up, I'm sure. Like they don't want to. It's like they don't want to know.
I don't like when they go like, "Well, I could give you a referral," and there's like an implied dot dot dot. Like that's gonna be that's a lot of paperwork. I'm
Yeah.
like, isn't it? You should be like, you need a referral or you don't need a referral. But instead, they're like, well, do you think you need arthroscopic surgery? And I'm like, I don't know. I have a 4-year degree in biology from a rapidly declining in reputation institution. That's not really my area of expertise.
Yeah. I mean, Yeah, I just want to. I don't even really want to go to the doctor often, but when I finally decide that I do need to go, just let me go, for Christ's sake.
Yeah,
Like,
give me everything.
I'm ready. Just give me everything you can. Like, it'll be bad. Trust me. Like, I'll avoid it at all costs until I can't. You know?
Like the doctor one is just the worst, because you're like, if you can't come there when you're sick, like, I don't know what, like, this whole thing is called a lot of my reality in the question. Every time you go to the doctor, you're like, I got a sore throat. She takes out a flashlight, sticks it in your ear, right?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, can I shine this bright flashlight in your fucking eye, like right in the corner of your eye where like the optic nerve is? Nowadays, you know, if you're like, oh, I'm sick, they're like, that's cool, just Zoom me. We'll just talk about it. I didn't. So you're telling me you were doing that eye stuff like just for fun?
Man, oh man, Zoom. I mean, I would never do a Zoom with my doctor.
It just seems like a bit of a waste of time.
I don't care. Like, there's nothing you're gonna tell me on a Zoom call that I'm gonna believe. You know what I mean? Like, you could be anybody. Like, I need to speak to you face to face for the truth.
Of course, yeah. Plus, I don't want to. It's supposed to be private. I can't do a Zoom call with the, you know, my family outside.
Yeah.
Be like, you know, the hemorrhoids are back.
And it's like, you know, somebody's trying to tell me to rub fucking, you know, walrus cum all over my.
Oh, I hate when they
breasts
do
to
that.
cure myself or whatever. You know, like,
Pisses me off.
I want to talk to my actual doctor, the real deal, the real McCoy, in person.
Oh man. Yeah,
but I mean, the walrus cum does work, actually. Whoa, look at that shot.
Dude, this is the greatest shot I've ever made in my entire life.
That's an actual beauty. What's the what's the thing? Is it
to get rid of the pin?
No, to get the preview.
Oh, I have no idea.
Swing?
For on controller is A.
What is it on the keyboard? Does anybody know?
See, that's why we need Malf. Malf is he's the liaison.
I've been here for like 20 minutes.
Oh my god, Malf, what's the button for the putt assist, the putting assist?
I don't know because I never use it.
Wow.
B? No, it's not B.
You
never use it?
He was supposed to be the liaison.
Why use it when I just do it on the first try?
Oh, it's R. You got to hold R. 37% power, curving off to the right a little bit. Speaking of curving off to the right a little bit, I started watching that American Crime Story about Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Well,
I lived it.
Yeah, there's no spoilers because it's just based on what happened, right? But like the first episode is like the first lawsuit that's brought up against him that's not Lewinsky. It's like this other woman.
Yeah, Linda Tripp.
Deborah.
No, not Linda Tripp. It was Paula Jones or
Paula Jones. That's right.
Paula Jones. I don't know. It's some woman that he sexually harassed before Lewinsky when he was governor, and they're like trying to sort of get her to say like what he did, and she wouldn't really say other than like, you know, he harassed her, and then finally she sort of caves and says like, yeah, he like showed me his penis. And they're like, okay. She's like, I can draw it for you. And they're like, all right.
Show off.
So she draws it. And then she says like it curves significantly off to like the left or the right. Like is that a unique thing or something? And the guys are just like, what the fuck is going on?
Is this allowed?
What the heck is going on?
What the fuck is going on?
I'm just picturing, you know, like in Superbad where they draw the pictures of dicks and like, you know, there's like a dick hot dog and a dick with wings and a dick spaceship and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty good so far. I like the OJ one, but I didn't like the Versace one that much. I couldn't really follow it. But
What did he do?
Versace?
Yeah.
He was murdered.
Oh.
He was murdered.
Well, you know what they say. Those shoes are to die for.
Oh.
Wow, my gosh.
Dude, look, let's bail so we can get Malf in because we're only on hole 5.
Are you sure?
Oh no, I don't mind either way.
No, I think it's for the best. Plus, I'm ripping it up today. I wanna.
Yeah. Okay. Here, let me just.
Something's not right.
Last shot, and I'm out. Oh, hole in one.
Well, the day you stop ripping it up is.
I can't believe we quit. Just ripped
Okay,
it.
let me invite Mouth here.
All right, I'm out.
Oh man.
I'm out. Yeah, no, the American Crime Story one, the OJ one was pretty good actually.
I thought so
liked it.
too.
Yeah. Again, I mean, it's not like I was alive when it happened and old enough to realize what was happening and stuff. And all those Norm Macdonald Weekend Update sketches about it at the time too were pretty good. But yeah, the Versace one I wasn't overly familiar with and didn't really watch, but I obviously remember the whole Clinton scandal, the Lewinsky thing as well. That Linda Tripp is something else, eh? Holy crap.
This is like the most boomer conversation. Like we're actually
but
bringing
I mean,
it back to
come
like
on.
late night with Conan O'Brien circa 1999.
I know, but I mean, come on, it's pretty sensational still, right?
I gotta watch it. I'm like, I'm out the loop.
Dude. It's wild. That's like it makes you think about stuff,
Does
you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know how they did the Zodiac movie?
Yeah.
Uh huh.
And then like I don't know if it's like for show, but then just recently like these like private crime
they
detective
figured it
dudes were
out,
like
right?
they're like actually this was this guy and he just died like a couple years ago. And you're like, whoa, like if that's true, he went to a movie theater, got some popcorn, and just sat back while they're like, you know, isn't that nutty?
He probably heckled the
Weird,
screen
yeah.
too. He's like, it wasn't like that.
Yeah. I
That's
was
how
a
they
size
figured out who it
13.
was.
My feet weren't that small.
I thought you were gonna say the Zodiac Killer had sexual relations with Monica Lewinsky. And that's a scoop. If you could reveal that live on Twitch, that is a scoop.
I mean, I could reveal it.
For it, Mel. Let it rip. In game and out of game as well on Twitter.
Oh, of course. Actually, my apartment smells like a rip, so.
Does it?
What does that mean?
Yeah, so you're not the only one who has water troubles. Lol.
Oh no.
Oh, because they turned off your water.
I don't know if it's like a coincidence or not, but like I came back on Friday and like my carpet was or my rug was wet and
no.
and I was like
Oh no.
what? But it was
Does
only
it
in like
stink?
that area too, and I was like, oh, is my like aquarium, did it break or something? I was like, no, it's fine. And I could not figure it out. And then I looked up at the ceiling and I saw,
Hey,
I was
lady.
like, oh,
Hey lady left her
Yeah.
bathtub running.
it's her freaking piss water again, man.
Oh no.
I don't know.
Look at
It's
that.
weird though,
No,
because
no.
it's like a concrete freaking ceiling. Anyways.
So did you have to remove that carpet? Did it stink?
Oh, it still does. Well, it's a rug, so I don't know. I'll probably just put some Arm & Hammer and vacuum in there. Maybe that'll deodorize it.
Oh man, there's nothing worse. I had to take up all the carpet in here.
Yeah, that's. Did you get your floor replaced?
No, not yet. It's just I just got like some throw rugs like from the store to put
Nice.
over top the overlay just for now, but
Yeah.
I'm getting like
Oh, that's me.
this. I'm just getting like some hardwood, not like actual wood, just like like a
Laminate.
yeah,
Oh,
like a
that's- yeah.
laminate sort of thing. Put down, and then I gotta get the door fixed as well so that it doesn't flood again. But yeah.
Did you? I mean, you have to do any grading and stuff on the outside so the water flows
Yeah,
away?
I've got a guy coming tomorrow actually to see about getting some because I can see where like the water potentially pooled up and stuff, so I got to get that sorted out too. Oh, hit the pin.
This putt is incredibly long.
Dude, I used to live in a duplex with me and my parents downstairs and my grandparents upstairs.
But let's do
Wow.
it. Let's see what's
Grandma ran her bath, got distracted watching Live with Regis and Kathy Lee,
Yeah.
pre-Kelly Ripa era.
Oh, yeah.
But Ripa my ceiling in my bedroom because she left the bathtub running
no.
and was leaking like down on my bedspread and stuff like that. I don't necessarily blame her too much, but she was just kind of like, lol, sorry, my bad. Then my dad ripped out the whole ceiling, replaced everything, got it going again, painted it. 2 months
She did
later,
it
she
again.
did the same damn thing.
Damn it.
Oh man. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, you kind of got to though, because you don't want to be like, you don't want a situation like in the Money Pit where the bathtub falls through the floor, but
On my
you're
bed.
in bed. You're in bed sleeping, and it happens.
Oh,
That's you.
that would be. It had like the brass
Ouch.
feet on it and everything. They would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd become part of the foundation probably.
That's a bath to die for.
Okay, Versace.
Gosh. What a way to go, eh?
That's one of the ways I would not want to go for sure.
No, hell no.
What about the lady who woke up with a meteorite next to her head?
I
on the pillow?
did. That was in BC apparently, so it almost happened to me.
What about the lady who stayed sitting down on the airplane toilet and flushed it, and it sucked all of her
That
insides
didn't.
out?
That was Spike TV made that up.
No,
They
she
made
died.
that one up for the
Dead.
show.
Tragically, she died on.
It happens in like
on the
pools
plane.
and stuff, though, right?
That's from Final Destination 2. Sam Levine from Freaks and Geeks. He gets his anus sucked out in the jacuzzi, and then he gets eaten by the drain.
Oh God! What a way to go!
That
Crushed
one.
by
That
a
one's also
bathtub
not
or-
real.
Crushed by a bathtub while you're sleeping, or getting your anus sucked out by a jacuzzi.
Here's maybe
I'd
it's
go
an-
crush for sure.
Yeah, right. Because you're kind of like drowning and getting turned inside out in the jacuzzi one. I don't think personally they should make jacuzzi strong enough to turn you inside out if your butt happens to form a perfect seal over the jet or the drain. I think there should be some kind of force shut off valve or something. That seems crazy, man. Maybe an uncomfortable or divisive take. If I die by getting crushed to death by something, falling on me in my sleep, I kind of hope it's funny. If it's just the shitty ceiling, oh my God, he's so on.
Oh my God!
The ceiling broke and like a big screen TV fell on me, I'd be a little annoyed. But if
Yeah.
it was like, there was like a DB Cooper type heist in an airplane, and then like a gold bar fell through my roof and like hit me in the chest, I would be like, you know what? Okay,
not bad.
sure.
So that's
The perfect crime.
That's why they never found the money, because they buried it with you when they buried you. You know,
Why are you saying
this
it
is
like
in your
that?
chest. No, they never found the money. It's still out there.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
flushed
Well,
it
actually,
down the
no.
toilet, and it got all caught up with the, like the toilet puck stuff that they put in the toilets.
Yeah.
Like when
Yeah,
they eject
yeah.
it from an airplane, it's like a big, solid lump of like blue, minty smelling mass or whatever.
For him,
That's where the money is.
Dude, could you sue an airplane, like an airline? You'd be like, yo, you flushed and it got on me.
That's not how it. Like, when you flush, it doesn't just dump it over wherever you're flying.
this
How do you know?
In other words, there'd be a big shit stain on the tarmac from all the people who can't wait 10 minutes, and they have to go before takeoff.
If they're flying over the ocean, though, surely that's the time to dump,
I'm
right?
not gonna
Yes,
say it's
I'll
never
say I
happened.
was sailing on my second yacht.
I was attempting the transatlantic on my yacht, and when all of
Yeah.
a sudden,
You know what? That's another. If I die because a plane is flying over my house, but they have to eject ballast in order to have enough fuel to land at the closest airport,
yeah,
and I get killed by a frozen turd, I would consider that acceptable.
I don't know. I mean, I still think that's a pretty rough way to go.
Well, that's why I sleep in.
You'd always be
full suit
remembered.
of armor.
For that insanely unfortunate event, right? Like nobody would ever remember your accomplishments or anything. They would only remember you as the guy who got stabbed by an airborne frozen turd.
It's true.
Yeah.
Like there used to
To
be this
death.
guy named Napoleon who
What
was
a
apparently some
shot.
like big war guy or whatever. But
Jesus.
everybody's just like, yo, he's got a tiny wee wee.
I
That's
think
all
they
I
don't.
remember
I think
about
they just say he's short. I don't think they say he has a tiny wee wee.
No, they say
He's
it.
got to have a tiny one though. It would look ridiculous if it was super big.
You ever hear of a guy named Mini Me?
He's got a tripod.
He's
yeah.
got a try. It looks like a baby
Kickstand.
holding an apple.
Oh man, oh man.
Oh.
No, but realistically, come on. Like, you see all those pictures of Napoleon. He's always got really tight-fitting pants on and stuff. There's
Oh,
nothing. There's
man.
nothing there.
I think he's packing because
He's like a Cabbage Patch doll. That guy. There's nothing.
Oh,
Jesus. Let's go.
I think he's packing because he's always got his hand in his shirt pocket. I don't see a reason why you would naturally put your hand there unless there was no space for your hand in your pants pockets.
Because it draws attention to your shirt pocket. You're like, what's going on up there?
Check this out, yeah.
What's going on up there? All right, you ready for this?
Bit of an
Oh, jeez.
Oh God!
Not everybody can pull it off. I like they have you drop it right
My
there.
guy is so upset.
They won't even let you tee it up.
No, I can't.
man.
What do you do? Oh, I have to tee it from the start. Okay, this is my third shot. Fudge. What did you guys use? The driver?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just drove it, man.
You
Rip it.
just whacked it.
Anybody here from Napoli? Because I always want to... Sips. Oh, anyway,
Oh.
it's going to make it. That's pretty good.
No, it's gonna go short.
Oh!
Oh, bad bounce.
Got a bad bounce.
Do you think people...
Oh no.
Do you think people from
Oh no.
Napoli are proud of Neapolitan ice cream? Or do you think they're like, that's not what we like eat here?
Maybe is it like a Boston pizza type scenario?
That's
Oh,
why I want to
fudge.
give him
Could
the
happen
benefit of
again.
the doubt. Oh, no.
See you later to that ball.
Oh. Today, Junior.
Oh my god. I can't believe this.
I don't know. Do people even like? I mean, it's been around, so I guess people do like Neapolitan, but
I feel like you
I'd rather
only
just
buy
have
it.
a lot of one thing. you
Yeah,
know?
like I don't think anybody buys Neapolitan for any reason other than it comes in a big square tub that you could take to like a kid's birthday party.
Oh my.
I don't know. If I'm going to a kid's birthday party, I'm bringing the bubblegum ice cream, though.
Dude, I had some bubblegum ice cream this summer. My entire
summer?
this summer that just passed. I said to my I went to the ice cream store. I got 2 scoops, which was a terrible decision. Didn't feel right for the rest of the day. I said, give me 1 scoop of chocolate chip, and then you know what? Give me 1 scoop of bubble gum. First bite of the bubble gum, I was 9 years old again. It transported me back. Second bite, I was like, this is fucking horrible.
Let's see how this
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
too
know,
much.
I
Too
thought you were
much.
gonna say it was forced on you. I'm a little disappointed you bought that.
I thought like, hey, I haven't had this in a while. Maybe it'll be good. It's not suited for the adult palate, in my opinion.
Don't.
Oh,
For
Oh my
quad
God.
bogey plus. Oh, they stroked you out.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
You got a snowman.
It's a +8.
Well, let's see how he gets
Oh
out of this one.
man.
That's got to be some of the worst golfing I've ever done.
I do have to say though, like of the Neapolitan ice cream flavors, I really don't like just the default chocolate
This one
ice
for Eagle.
cream.
Let's do it.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't taste that nice, does it? It's like
I like it.
you guys remember the chocolate ice cream you used to get at like a Chinese buffet? Like,
Yeah.
when
Yeah, oh yes.
It's a little,
Oh,
it got like the ice crystals on the
bonanza,
Yeah.
man.
on the surface.
Buffet
Yeah.
delight.
I-
And
I-
they used to always have those little tiny bowls that were like frozen. Remember, you'd pick them up and they'd
That's what
get
it
all
was.
watery,
Yeah, absolutely.
like the little silver cups.
Mhm.
But like the chocolate ice, it was okay, but it just like wasn't.
Setting up for a birdie.
I don't know. It had like a minty kind of taste to it sometimes.
I
or-
always
or
got the
something, I
vanilla,
don't know.
100%. I was a vanilla guy. Unless they had two-tone. If they get the one pipe is vanilla, one pipe's chocolate, you get the swirl.
And after that one,
Yeah.
4 under par.
I miss a softs, dude.
What about Jogenfruz? Remember that? Remember
Oh,
the
yeah,
frozen
it's-
yogurt place?
They're still around,
Dude,
I think.
I kind of like a whipped ice cream, like a soft
And-
whipped ice cream. Like
It's fat-free.
Wind's a little blustery.
well,
Yeah, nice try, Steinfeld.
That's the icing on the cake.
The thing about the frozen yogurt, at first you're like, yeah, it's like a little bit better for me, less calories. But then it's like,
Oh, the
okay, would you like
toppings.
crushed up Score, some Reese's, some hot
Yes.
fudge,
Yeah.
marshmallows? I
Man,
guess.
just go to a Dairy Queen and get a Blizzard, though. Like, if you're going to get
Oh.
all that shit on there, you know?
I would. If are you driving or are you buying?
Oh, hot eats, cool,
Cool
treats. Every time.
They should make a chicken strip basket Blizzard.
Not positive. Could be
Gravy based ice cream and then like some cut up chicken strips in there.
Yeah, just get some goujons in there and everything. Like, oh, man.
Oh man, funded.
I don't think there's any water I can land. Oh, there's sand, though.
Dude, can
No,
I?
there's a little bit of water.
So I was watching Shark Tank yesterday, and it's an old episode. This motherfucker, he came in. Hey, sharks! I'm asking for $200,000 for 10% of my equity in my company.
Uh-huh.
$2 million valuation. You know what his invention was?
5-iron on display.
It's very mouth-esque, to be honest with you.
Well, like, okay, let's be honest here. My ideas are great.
Well, he got funded.
Like cheese flavored butt cream.
I don't know.
It's
about this
you're
one.
sort of in
sitting
a
the rough.
ballpark that is not
interesting.
super far away. But it was basically an egg timer that you put in your bathroom so that when your dad goes to poop, an alarm goes off after 5 minutes. Is the
So you
toilet-
know it's like clean air.
Well, no, so
Right.
so he spends too much time on the toilet, so the alarm goes off as like a hey, come on, get out of here.
Second shot on the 4th.
They were trying to take away
Oh,
the
like
dad's
so
only
it's
time.
kind of like it goes off to sort of tell the dad, all right,
Yeah,
time's
like-
up, buddy.
you spend
Get
too
a
much
move on
time in
here.
here, old man. Get back to the aluminum mine.
Nah, I
Oh my
wouldn't. Oh,
God.
nice.
Holy crap!
Mine would be the other way. It's like you turn on the timer when after you flush,
Ah.
and then you'd have a house-wide alarm system that goes off when it's been like, so you know there's been ample time to air out.
makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to get it's like you don't want to get away in the way of somebody's
You know, it sucks too
Their own
because
time.
you always want to go to the bathroom right after somebody else because then you get the warm seat. But you don't want to, be stuck inside of like the toxic
Yeah.
bathroom at the same time.
Yeah, the particles are still floating around in the air at that point.
Yeah,
How
absolutely.
many seasons of Shark Tank have there been?
I'm gonna
Like-
say
Like 10 or something?
yeah. I was gonna say 9.
6-foot putt.
Yeah. Dragon's Den is over here. It's the same show. Like
Oh, we have a
and-
Dragon's Den in Canada.
We have
as
both,
well.
yeah.
We
Oh, do
we
you? Oh,
stole
wow,
it
okay.
from you, who then America stole it from us.
Right. But it sounds like they do the same thing there that they do here, and it's like even after the show's been on for like 10 years, and the guys always get mad at people for valuing their company or overvaluing their company,
Yeah.
but with nothing to back it up. And like I swear every episode, almost everybody that comes in, they're always like, yeah, company's worth like $1 million, and they're like, what? Like it's not even worth 10,000. Like how are you valuing it at $1 million? And then they're like, oh, we forgot our paperwork. Like it's always the same. It's crazy. Even after the show's been on for so long, you think that people would learn, but they don't.
6 under par current.
Dude. In Canada, we got to be on like season, I don't know, maybe like 15 or 16 of Dragon's Den. They're at the point, I think they've actually gone through every notable Canadian business person. Now they're just getting like some dudes. Now
Yeah.
it's just like employee of the month at the Smart Set is coming in. The Moore's, the general manager of the Moore's suit shop is coming in, and he's like, this seems like a good idea, but I'm only taking home like 65 G's a year. I can't give you what you asked for.
Man, 65 G's. You know Winston Zedmore on the Ghostbusters was only taking an 11 and a half a year.
That's, I mean, that
when
was
he
like
started working for
1980,
the Ghostbusters.
1984. Okay,
Yeah.
that's tough. I think they should have paid him more just for. I mean, this is a risky job.
Yeah. And highly skilled too. I mean,
No, absolutely.
busting makes you feel good for sure, but like
It's a perk.
It's a perk of the job, but like you still got to know what you're doing.
Hey, one of those guys, didn't he get his dick sucked by a ghost in the first movie? Dan Aykroyd got his dick sucked by a ghost.
Well,
Still,
yeah.
I guarantee he still put that in the ledger as a billable hour.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like this one's in the fairway.
Scumbag.
Bustin felt really good that day. Oh no, not this. Oh, nice avoidance.
It was a dream sequence, so okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
He's in a room sleeping with 3 other guys, and that's what he decided to have a dream about.
Do you decide on your dreams?
But yeah,
On a subconscious
sometimes.
level, for sure.
Really?
Sometimes. If you're thinking about something before you go to sleep, actually, that's not true, right? Like, dreams are just like out of nowhere. They don't make any sense most of the time, right?
Yeah, like sometimes I'm like stressed out when I go to bed, and you know, like you dream like you're running from something, but you can't get away. But sometimes, you know, the idea that all dreams have meaning, I'm like, okay, you know, the other day I dreamt I was ice skating on the rings of Saturn. What does that mean? Why don't you consult your little $9.99 dream journal you got at Indigo Books? Oh, skating on the rings of Saturn? That means you're hopeful about the future.
Mm-hmm.
You ever have those ones where you're running so fast that you start flying and you can't control yourself?
And I
No.
don't. Oh, geez, Sips,
Oh,
you're
man, those
in
ones
a
are
lot of
nuts.
trouble. You're torn. You got to talk to somebody, man. I'm looking at my dream
I have
journal.
dreams where like I'm running like either like I'm in a race or I'm running away from somebody or whatever, and I run so fast that I start flying in the air, but I can't control myself when I'm flying,
Well,
and it's frightening sometimes.
I've-
Other times it's all right. But
consulting this dream journal here. It says if you have a dream where you're running so fast you start flying and you can't always control yourself while you're flying,
yeah.
you should avoid Chinese food restaurants for the next
Oh shit!
6 weeks.
Don't get the ice.
Don't
cream
get
at
the chocolate
Chinese food
soft
bar.
serve.
Got a 4-footer to deal with here.
Oh shit! I love that ice cream so much though.
Hey, Malf, I had a great idea. I think this would resonate with you.
Oh no.
No, this is not the toilet timer, okay? So they're rebooting Home Alone, but nobody wants to see it. They got the kid from Jojo Rabbit. He's going to be left home alone. People are going to try to rob
Wait,
him.
is this real?
Yeah. Buzz is in it. This is genuine. This is real.
Why do they have to
Wait,
reboot
like
Home
the
Alone?
old Buzz is like the dad now or something?
I don't know. He's just involved somehow.
Maybe he's a producer.
No,
named
he's like
his
he's
son
on-screen
Kevin?
talent.
Just a pure
Nice.
But I think that instead of just remaking Home Alone the
Yeah.
same way, which is who cares? What they should do is do Home Alone, but this time Kevin McAllister's grown up. He's in a lovely relationship with his wife, but she goes on a business trip for like 2 weeks, and you see him try to adjust to bachelor life. Like you see him maybe like take a hard taco shell and fill it with shredded black diamond cheddar cheese, microwave it for 30 seconds, and then eat it for dinner.
Yeah.
Or
You want
maybe-
to tell us something, Ryan?
appears to be ready to roll on this one.
Or
Let's see how
it
the
could
tee
be
shot
funny.
goes.
Or maybe you see him like, go to pay $50 for a ticket for one to the Canucks preseason game because hyped rookie Elias Pettersson is going to be playing, and then they do the lineup announcement, and you're like, they missed Elias, and then you go check on Twitter, and they're like, oh yeah, he's not playing tonight.
Can it be X-rated?
Well, I mean, I guess if it's digital distribution.
Yeah. You can get up to all sorts of naughty things.
And from 115 yards out, let's see what he does here.
Yeah, the joke is that's just what my life was like for like a week in 2018.
Man, I can't believe that they're even thinking about redoing Home Alone.
They just can't let it die.
No.
Why would you? I mean, this is the year of the remake, man. Like everything, video games, movies.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, there's been quite a few. Hey, I played Age of Empires 4 today.
I saw,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's pretty nice. Good.
The approach is heading a
No.
bit
Oh.
right.
Tough luck.
What does it do differently than?
Nothing.
One
It's an RTS,
two.
but
I have an
it's
important
nice-
question. Do the priests still say "wolololololo" when they try
No,
to?
they don't.
What the?
They don't, but there is a lot of funny like moon language like that gradually becomes more and more English sounding. Like in the Norman
Ah.
campaign at least, which is
This one has
pretty
some
good.
teeth.
But there's like all these there's all
Ended up
these
just
sort of like
fine
movie
after all.
cutscenes in between the campaign that are like it's like a episode of like Time Team or something, you know? Like it's all like present day footage showing with like kind of, you know, computerized battles like overlaid over top of it, like that shows like the historical sites where they took place and stuff. That's pretty neat. I liked it. It was all right. I don't, Malf, you might not like it. I don't know.
Oh, I used to play RTSs like a lot more when I was young. I was pretty big into Age of Mythology and
Yeah.
And this one's
what
anyone's
was that
guess.
other
He's in the
one?
sand. Let's see what happens.
You know, I don't know. There's a few of them. I don't know. I just I feel like I grew out of
Command and Conquer?
RTSs. I
Yeah.
played a little Command and Conquer, but
It's a genre that kind of died off. Like, but I don't know. It's nice that there's some. I'm not like a huge fan, but every once in a while I feel like playing one, and it seems like a pretty good one.
They're just like they're too damn hard.
you want to talk hard?
Well, maybe
Sap.
that game's easy, man. You know exactly what's happening at all
When was your
times.
last win? When was your last
My
win?
last 10? I don't know. I've been busting them out, man. I'm on a little bit of a streak, honestly.
Oh yeah, right. I got one today.
I was playing on my phone this weekend a little. I got
Yeah, okay.
many 10 wins.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not joking. It's nice putt.
Let me tell you.
Okay, yeah.
Deer, whale,
Right? That's pretty good so far.
turkey,
Yeah.
tiger,
Fly.
and fly.
That's a squad right there. That's a great
That's
squad.
a squad right there. Oh jeez.
You did. That's a game-winning squad without a doubt.
It was, yeah. Chat helped me. Good job, chat. I never done fly before. That was my first fly.
It's a great unit. It's one of the best units for sure.
All right, nice.
What's this, Super Battle Pets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's your fourth.
You can play it on your phone?
Oh, you can play it on
Android.
as long as you have an Android.
Currently.
Oh my god.
Oh
Are you
no.
serious?
I want it on Switch. I think it is the perfect game to play on Switch. I don't like playing games on my phone.
I don't like people playing
Yeah.
on my phone. When keeping it
I
real
don't like
goes wrong.
playing games with my phone. Sorry.
Teeing her up on the 7th hole here.
I never really got that sketch
Taking this one.
when
Oh,
she
it's-
says
yeah.
I don't like people playing on my phone. Then when I got older, I do not like when I get a missed call
Let's see what you do here.
from somebody, I'm pissed. It throws off my mood for like 2 or 3 minutes to see that someone is trying to call me. Like, let me just no calls today. Get ready for a hole in one.
And I had a missed call the other day. I was playing a game of Dota, and my phone was ringing, and it was really stressing me out. It was like, you know, it was a really intense part of the game.
Let's see what he does.
But, you know, it's an online game. You can't pause it or anything. I mean, you
Yeah.
can, but, like, you shouldn't. You know, you have to have good manners when you're playing games online with strangers. And,
Yeah, that's notoriously the Dota community is renowned for that.
yeah,
definitely
exactly.
sand.
So, and I'm just trying
Let's
to
see
fit
what
in.
goes down
So, so I left the call, and I phoned them back the next morning, and it was fine. But I was pretty stressed out. You know, it's sucks when you check your phone and there's a missed call. Sucks when you check your phone, there's like 20 missed calls,
Dude, that's
and you're like,
something's
"What the
gone wrong.
Yeah, what the hell is going on? Yeah.
We need to disrupt the voicemail industry. Because nothing pisses me off more than, okay, I got a missed call. Also, they left a voicemail. You know, the last time you were in your voicemail inbox, you had unplayed messages. New message from, and they take then 7, 3, 4, 2, 1, 6, 8, 8, 2, 2. Silence for like 5 seconds. Appeared before a magistrate judge. And then you're like, okay. Then you hit the delete message, and it goes message deleted. New message from like it. Why does it take so long to imagine if you had to do that for every spam email?
Oh,
You'd never get
God.
anything done.
Yes. All right. Well, let's go on Shark Tank.
Yeah, we're gonna make better voicemail.
Aggressive there.
Yeah.
I think this is a $10 million idea.
I think, dude, you get in with one telecom, we're set.
Yeah,
Yo, let's hook up with
all we
BlackBerry.
need is the existing technology, and all we're gonna do is speed up the voice a little bit. And
Yeah,
that's the idea.
or alternatively,
Yo.
like don't read the number out. Just be.
Here's what we'll do. Okay, part of our plan, we're gonna buy out AOL. Okay,
Okay,
hear me
so
out.
far so good.
And then when we release voicemail V2, it'll be like, you've got voicemail. And people will love it.
Nice little stroke in there for par.
Dude, I don't know. So my mom's been here for like a month now, right? Helping out with the baby. She was here for the baby's first birthday and stuff.
Oh, nice.
And I love her. She's my mom. I know Mouth loves her as well. You don't even. It goes without saying.
Her every night.
But the way that people over the age of 50 use their cell phone gives me so much anxiety. Every app has access to push notifications and makes her phone like ding. It's crazy. She'll get like a do 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 do, and then she's like, "Oh, that must be a text from your father." And then it's like, "No, it's Samsung Wellness being like, congratulations, you walked enough steps today." I'm like, man.
Oh, it's my turn with words with your friends.
Yeah, it's like it's so much anxiety. Like it's constantly, like just I don't know, trying to be like demanding on your time. It's strange.
Yeah.
It's our generation. I feel like we don't use our phones like that anymore.
Oh no.
My parents always have their phones on like the highest possible vibration level, and you hear like they're getting messages and stuff, and they leave their phones. They don't carry their phones around with them, right? Like they arrive somewhere and then they put their phones like on your table or a counter or something like that.
No doubt.
And all you hear from the other room is brr, 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 constantly. It's like so annoying.
Sending them notifications, like the Fulham Everton game is 0-0 at halftime.
Yeah. Man.
That's what
Max vibration.
When my parents were coming here, they left like super early in the morning Eastern time, so it was like insanely early West Coast time. And my mom was like, "Hey, can you like leave your ringer on tonight in case we have problems?" And I said, "Sure," but I'm not afraid to admit to you, I did not do that. That is just.
Wow.
I'm leaving my ringer on is like, that's a huge ask. That's an enormous ask.
I said the same thing to my mom one time. She's like, "Oh," because she asked the exact same thing. She's like, "Make sure you leave your ringer on tonight because if there's any problems, I'll phone you." And I said, "Man, if there's any problems, call an ambulance. Like, what do you want me to do? I live like 4,000 miles away from you. Like, phoning me is not going to help you at all. Phone somebody who can actually help you. That would make more sense, right?"
Yeah, absolutely. I did. They're adult. They taught me everything I know for them, at least up to a certain age. If they run into something where they need my help, it's too late. No amount of ringing is gonna save you.
Oh my gosh.
He's a long ways out here with this next putt.
Oh, it just there's some irony, like I feel like people our age and younger get like blasted for the way we use our phones, but like I think we're more economical with them than the older generation.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Drops, you got a bird.
I think we've got a healthier relationship with them, honestly, even if we maybe use them a little too much.
This putt's tracking.
Yeah, I think everybody's a bit guilty of using them too much nowadays, though, right? Like, can't help it. You got to know what's going on, right?
I've been fighting back, like in my own way.
To go here.
Like, I as you saw on Twitter, I tweeted Apollo because he was like, "Check your DMs," and I was like, "I'm going for a nice walk." While I was on the walk, multiple times there were people that they try to take up like the whole path. One person on the leftist-most edge taking a photo of a person standing posed on the rightmost edge.
Yeah.
I just walked right through the sight line every time.
His bogey commences here.
Nice.
It's not that kind of town. Some parts of the world, people swerve around you. Enjoy your photo. That's going to turn out great. Here, we got places to be. You could take it from closer. Most phones have actually like a D-zoom now where you can take it at 0.5x even if you're standing close to them. But this was after I had a asserted my will at the deli counter. So I think I was kind of like a changed man this.
Nice and safe in the fairway.
Do you
This
guys'
weekend.
phones have the thing where when you take a picture, it like animates the first like 1 second of the picture?
Indeed, yeah.
What's the point of that?
Because, you know, sometimes like, you know, when you go to take a photo, but it's like you're either too soon or too late, or you miss a little bit of the magic of it. It kind of gives it a little, gives it a little life.
Gives
Also,
it a little bit of magic.
really, it's taking like a few photos at once. So maybe you catch like a blinking eye or something like that. You can always go and be like, actually, like fast forward 1 frame.
I really like it because it reminds me of like when they introduce people on Saturday Night Live in the intro. It's like you get to see them like, you know, pick up their drink and then look to the camera and then give like a little nod.
Oh yeah, and that sax is just going crazy. Yeah. I miss Saturday Night Live. 90s
No, you
Saturday
don't.
Night Live.
I watched an episode a few weekends ago with my family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Kim Kardashian hosting, so I had to.
Of course, this must be TV.
It's I mean, like, again, and we go over this every few weeks, but it's just not that enjoyable.
No.
No.
Were you cringing so hard the whole time?
I wouldn't say I was like cringing mostly, but you know, it's like I'm like, hey, you want my hour? Here you go, but you best make me laugh. It didn't make me laugh.
It's an hour and a half too.
Or an hour and a half, maybe, whatever. Yeah,
Jeez, two musical performances.
Kyle Mooney, you know,
Right,
he gets a couple chuckles. Just he's more of like, you know, the way he uses his body and stuff. Like I like that kind of humor, so he's pretty decent. But
did they have somebody do an impression of like the current president of the United States?
Why are you trying to get me to mention Alec Baldwin?
I'm not. That's the former president of the United States. I don't know who does their Biden. It's probably Daryl Hammond.
No, I don't think. No, they didn't do Biden.
Figures.
They didn't do
wow,
Biden.
kind of curious, huh?
Who was the guy that used to always do Clinton?
Oh, that's also Daryl Hammond.
Daryl, is that the same guy? I remember when it was it Dana Carvey that used to do George Bush Sr.?
That is correct. Yeah.
Read my lips.
Dude, whoever did the George W. in Harold and Kumar, and then he's just like, you know, he's a big stoner and he's calling Guantanamo Bay G-Bay. I freaking that's the George W. I want to hang out with.
G-Bay.
Oh my God.
It's so bad. It's good.
Hold on. Harold and Kumar. I'm going to go to IMDb. IMDb, Harold and Kumar escape from Guantanamo Bay. I'm going to go ahead and say it, by the way. Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. Pretty good. Everybody seems to
I enjoy it.
battle
Yeah.
shits, etc. Harold and Kumar escape from Guantanamo Bay. A little underrated, IMO. Now, I only saw it once. I was 18 years old and hungover. But I stand by it. Almost half of my life later.
Is that which one has Neil Patrick Harris? Is that the first or second one?
The first one, and then also A Very Harold Christmas, I believe.
Okay. Oh, I haven't seen that.
I don't think anybody did. Cast here, okay.
Look at the
Top
curvature
cast
on this. Oh,
it's star-studded. Let me tell you.
All right, let's see how he does.
Oh, you know what? That's a James Adomian. He's actually he's like a noted stand-up comedian. He's on Comedy Bang Bang all the time.
Oh.
did you guys watch the most recent Chappelle stand-up?
Yep.
The closer. Did you like it?
Yeah, Malf.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
get
Mel.
it.
Did you like it?
Put you on the spot here. Did you like it?
I mean, the controversy's there for sure, but like what I will say, whether you find it like controversial or not, it's just like he went on and on about it, and I was like,
Yeah.
even if it were funny, I'm like, get some new material, like. But yeah, he seems, I don't know, he's way too stuck in the past. Man.
Half of the show being about like just his own personal grudge
Yeah.
is like, it's a bad look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find like with his most recent specials, like probably like the past 3 or so, they start off pretty funny, but then they get a bit ranty, right? Like I think like the most recent one was, and then like the other two were a bit like that as well. I don't know. I mean, he's still I still think he's pretty funny,
Yeah,
but
I think he's a
probably
talented comedian.
I think his older stuff is definitely better.
It reminds me of when I get stun locked, like, you know, with like two people are like, hey, Baldy. And then I'd spend like half an hour being like, you don't know how hard it is to be a Twitch streamer. I see too much of myself in the indulgency.
Yeah.
Do you think I should go for a splash here with the 9-iron?
No, you always flop it, man.
No, I didn't flop it this time.
You always
Just went
flop
for the
it.
splash. Bit of a curve.
And this is a long.
And like while we're talking about now that he's canceled, in his noted classic special, Killing Me Softly, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. It's always bothered me that he tried to pretend that he saw a baby selling crack at 3 a.m. I just don't buy it.
Dude,
No.
yeah, in the
Come
new one, he
on.
kind of has some of those moments too. I'm like, yeah, that didn't really happen. Stop making stuff up, Chappelle.
Chappelle.
Everyone was laughing at it. They were going, "Wow, he saw a baby selling crack." I was like, "Come on, man. You're among friends here."
I'm clawing this back. It's been tough though.
Yeah, I lost my mojo,
Go. This is for birdie.
baby.
Talking about you're -9.
See, look at that, dude. I'm losing. I'm like,
God.
okay, can I like let's turn the
Tilted off
lens.
the face of the planet now.
Can I? I was watching that Tiger Woods documentary called Tiger.
9 under for the
Oh, yeah.
round.
This is not going to be a popular take, but this is an opportunity for you to educate me. Tiger Woods got his knees and back got so fucked up from playing golf that he could like barely walk, right? Like
Right.
and when he was like hitting drives, he was grimacing and like falling to his knees and stuff like that. Did anybody tell him it's golf?
I mean,
Like, I think you're doing. I know you're pretty good or whatever, but I think you're like doing it wrong. If you, cause like, there are octogenarians who golf like 2 times a week,
yeah.
just to get outside of the
Let's
house.
see what this guy does.
How hard could it be?
I mean, he's golfing at like on the edge of a knife though, like big, huge prize pots and stuff. You know, maybe it's like,
Tee shot's looking decent.
maybe it's mostly in his mind. You know.
That's what I think he just didn't want it enough.
All right. let's
That's
bump
it.
the fairway.
Everyone, whenever you would listen to interviews about Tiger Woods, they're always like, he had the talent, he just didn't have the drive. He just wasn't competitive enough.
Yeah, he was very sexually active as well, though. Maybe
I don't see how that's relevant.
maybe some of his physical pains were related to that. Less.
Yeah,
from
man.
golf.
Sometimes some of these positions they got you, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
He's like playing Twister with ladies, like, you know, left hand blue, right arm yellow,
Yeah.
whatever, you know, like probably twisted his back. a couple
Downward
times.
dog, Eiffel Tower, kneeling fox.
You're very familiar with that one, I think.
Yeah.
5 yards to go here.
But like, you know, like I watched a little football this weekend. Patrick Mahomes got sacked while he was falling. A 400-pound man tackled him in the face, and his eyes just went completely dark. Like there was,
Wow.
for a brief moment, he was deceased, or at least not cognizant of the fact that he was.
Oh, I
a
thought
human
you
being.
meant he. I don't even watch whatever show Super Saiyan is from or whatever.
Go
but, like,
Dragon
I
Ball,
thought that-
yeah.
Hey, man.
I thought that you were alluding that like he went super, you know.
No, I believe
all
that.
of a sudden his eyes like went in, you know, he was like he had vision of a different dimension because he got sacked so hard.
Well,
and
it
was
briefly,
channeling some energy or something.
I
don't know.
believe that the connection between the self and the body was severed temporarily, for sure.
Right.
And then you look at that and you're like, you know,
Okay, they're
come
going
on,
to
Tiger.
wedge here.
Can't you just like this tournament? Can't you just hit the ball a little softer? Give yourself
Yeah.
a little bit of a break. Come on.
I'm not I'm not overly familiar with Tiger's story. Like I know the basics. Like he was really good at golf, and then it turned out he was like cheating on his wife with a lot of women, and
Yeah.
then he kind of wasn't great at golf because I guess he had other things on his mind. But then he had a comeback, I think.
Yeah, he won like the US Open in 2018 or something, 2019
Right.
maybe.
This one's just a 5-footer.
And then he did the text where he said he's Blasian.
He he did he did ask one of his mistresses did ask, why can't I stop thinking about you? And he said, because I'm Blasian smiley face.
To go.
Which is
That fucking kills me every time. I love it. Blasian smiley face. Fuck.
it's a great text.
I had to use that. I gotta at least use it once.
Chib also
my
talks
bucket
about
list
like in another one of the texts, like
Okay, time to finish up on this one.
one of his mistresses is like, you know, can't you just blow off that stupid golf game and come see me instead? And then he doesn't reply for like 12 hours, and then she texts back, babe, I was kidding. And he types like, haha, I know, or something like that. But it's like, yeah, I bet that day she was like, oh, maybe I went a little too far.
No more free golf balls for you.
Is that a Titleist? Oh. And then I also, there's another one, you know, the Elizabeth Holmes, like Theranos case. Her texts with the CFO of that company, and who was also her lover, came out in Discovery, and she texted him something like, you know, you are the ocean to my land, and like we were made for each other. I couldn't live without you. And then he dead ass just texts her back, okay. Like capital O, capital K.
Wow,
Man, oh man.
that's cold.
Oh. She sends like 3 like verbose texts. You know,
What, were they having an affair at the time?
they were like in a relationship, not even an affair. They were like
Oh, right.
an
They were,
item.
like seeing each other or whatever. They were an item.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's so
I love you. Thanks.
It's so good because like OK also is like he had to capitalize the O and the K. It's like he wasn't afraid to put a little effort into it, but like it's
just
not
full
that
cap.
much.
Okay. I love that.
They're going with the 5-iron.
I gotta use that.
Man.
Next time I get like a really heartfelt message from somebody.
This one's around 200.
Dad, I got into Harvard.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. It's like a shy retreating. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Poppers, I guess.
Go. On the green
Okay.
and under regulation.
Oh,
Putt for eagle
man.
here. Good stuff.
It's good stuff.
That's too much. Oh, I gotta put some. Wait, chip? No. Normal? Pitch.
You know, whatever. Yeah. Like,
If I can't get this close. Okay, you know what? This is the
okay.
shot.
Look
Poppers.
at their 5-iron.
Oh fuck.
Oh, punchers. That's punchers
Come
right
on.
there.
Could be punching out of the sand.
You guys watch Survivor this week?
Oh yeah, I
No.
loved it. Yeah.
Any opinions on? I mean, Shan could have totally blindsided Ricard, even though they were each other's number ones, but instead she stuck to party lines and voted for Jeannie. Like, what was she thinking, man?
I hate when they do. Oh, I hate when they do that.
You're actually watching it every week.
I look forward to it now. It's become part of my routine.
Hey, have you ever heard of a show called SAS Who Dares Wins?
I think that I've seen that on Amazon Prime.
Okay, you got to watch that. It's great.
Is
Man,
it's a Survivor show?
No, it's like
Under for the round.
it's like a group of ex special forces operatives put like contestants through their basic training program for selection. So like they have to do all this crazy stuff like jump backwards out of a helicopter into a freezing cold lake and stuff like that. It's like it's all stuff designed to like test your mettle to see if you can like qualify for the special forces. But man, the way that they yell at the people is amazing. Like I wish I could talk to everybody like that all the time.
God, I'll
They're
take you
just
to the deli
constantly
next
screaming
time.
at them. Yeah. Bring me with you. It's amazing. They get like right up in the show. They say, "Are you fucking stupid? The fuck is wrong with you?" and stuff. It's amazing.
I do have to say, I am very admiring of how British networks name their television programs. Like I love like the concept. Like they're so verbose. I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. Like that would never fly on American TV. They would call it something ridiculous, like, you know, Celebrity Island. In the UK, they're not afraid to, like, you know, hit you with a lot of information right off the top.
The UK have a lot of like panel shows that are, they have like a point system, but the points just don't mean anything. Like it's not like the point's not to win or whatever, but it's just, I don't know. I know it's like a historical thing or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Since when are you gonna go on Naked Attraction?
Oh man, I'm just waiting for the invite. Get on there and show off my stuff.
It's such a wild premise to me. It's like, hey, I'm gonna pick who to go out with
Based on their
in front of everybody. I'm gonna
based on their
judge.
dong. I like the look of that one.
Oh man, that's great.
The older, and I brought this up to Dan, but like when you're a kid, you know, and you see people on reality shows, you're like, yeah, that looks like fun. When the older I get, and I look at something like Big Brother, they have like a 34-year-old on there, and I'm like, buddy, how'd you get 3 months off from work for this? That's crazy. Like you can, how can you be on this show? You can put your life on pause for 3 months.
They probably just sell NFTs.
And they're filming everything. So like every time you've got like gunk in your teeth, or you pick your nose and eat it, or you like fart and smell your pick your ass and smell your fingers after.
Dude,
and
that's
stuff.
what
like everything.
Big Brother feeds. That's what happens. You know, like, you know, somebody, you know, in a moment of weakness says something rude, and then all the, you know, Twitter personalities that have their favorite player as their Twitter avatar just descend upon them.
Let's see how he gets out of it.
Do they do like has Dan ever been like on an all-star one where like it's like all the winners from previous seasons like duke it out like in a like an all-star competition or something, or no?
Well, no, because like if you win in one season and then you go back for another season and you get beat out by somebody, they don't let you come back.
They don't respect you anymore?
Yeah, no.
But the real answer is yes.
Right.
Like he won season 10, and then season 14, the gimmick was that he came back as a coach to coach like 3 or 4 of the house guests. But then after like 4 people got eliminated, they offered the coaches the chance to come into the game for real.
Right.
So he's been on like a pseudo all-star.
Man, I don't know how I'd feel about winning that show and then going back into it again. You know, like knowing that I'd already won once.
This next one for
I don't know. I'd feel like a bit. I think I'd be traumatized after the first one. You know, like I'd have some like PTSD. I think after the first one to go in again.
Well, he honestly,
like it'd be tough.
He having watched like at least the highlights, but also like a lot of the full episodes from season 14. He like was by far the best player in season 14, and basically lost for the reason that you would expect, which is people on the jury were like, "Well, this guy already won once, so
so
I don't want
stacked against them sort of thing."
Yeah, I don't think there was like an avenue where he could have gotten the win, honestly.
And he's ready to go. Let's see how this
Well, you could bribe them.
I guess you could bribe them.
We should all go on Too Hot to Handle, actually.
Dude, we'd make 10 grand each. I watched like half a season of Too Hot to Handle.
Dude, let's go.
It was just
the
first season was just pissing me off.
Is it like Naked Attraction?
Well, Malf was talking about is the one they invite like 10 aspiring Instagram influencers to an island, and then you think it's just gonna, they think it's just gonna be like, you know, Big Brother or just hanging out or something. But then like they're like, here's the twist: you can't fuck for like 7 minutes, and they're like, holy shit, that's impossible. And then the whole show is just them like trying not to have intercourse, but doing it anyway.
Right.
And every time they do it, they lose money for the whole squad.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But at the same time, they're trying to teach them about like love and connecting and stuff. And you're like, oh, you don't gotta do that, you know? It's really bad, but it's good.
Like the people on the show were like the dumbest human beings I wanted to pull it back, but as soon as I realized I'd already gone too far. But like some of the people that were on the show, I was just like, how did you survive into your 20s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
feel
just
like
mean
that-
like because you're horny. I mean like because like the things that you're saying. One of the girls, she was from BC, and they get introduced to a cast member who's from Australia, and she says, I didn't even know Australia was a country. Like, how does that happen?
Okay, time to finish this one off.
The hell?
And solid hole tapping in the car.
The hell?
They're currently sitting
I mean, that's not a niche location, right? That's like, it's not Jersey. That's
No, that is pretty niche, actually.
old
You
Jersey.
don't come across many people from old Jersey.
Yeah. Tony Soprano.
Tony. Paulie.
Pauly, yeah.
Oh, Pauly D, yes.
Jimmy.
He's specifically from the
Jimmy
shores.
Two Shoes. Yeah.
Oh, no, you're still talking about the Sopranos. I thought you were talking about the Jersey Shore.
Paulie Shore. Oh man.
Snooki, you ever meet Snooki over there?
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah.
The Situation? Do you ever see The Situation at the roast of Donald Trump?
No, I never.
It's so
I
good.
never saw that actually.
Hey,
I saw the roast of Justin Bieber, which was pretty funny.
You gotta. Oh, you killed them.
Hey, look at this though.
That's
Whoa.
not bad.
Does
Mr.
I
Trent.
kind of hope we have a Polysance, a Polly Shore Renaissance.
The roast of Pauly Shore.
All right, let's
'Cause,
see what
like,
he does
you know,
on this one.
What's his face?
Dave Arquette.
Batman.
That's right.
Michael Keaton. You know, he had the Keaton Sance.
He did. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, what was that? Was it Birdman or something that he was in?
Birdman and
The founder.
Birdman.
Vulture.
Strokes.
Yeah, that's right. He was in Spider-Man. That's true.
he was in the Funny Guys or the other guys.
He was in
sorry.
the other guy.
Send
He
this
plays
little
the
ball
police
on
commissioner
its way.
who always quotes
That's
TLC.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And he also works as a manager at Bed Bath and Beyond.
Oh no, hit the beach.
I thought I could make it.
Man, I think I'm going on a trip next year.
Whoa.
Where?
I know. To San Francisco.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
I know. It's good. Yeah.
Fingers crossed for a nice up and down.
What for?
Greenside
For
Fun?
GDC,
Oh,
which is apparently
are you giving a
gonna-
talk?
it's going to be on. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm going to give a talk. Yeah.
I'm not being sarcastic.
No, no, I'm not. No.
Okay, well,
Okay.
I'm going to listen to talks.
I went to GDC once.
He
Yeah.
gave a talk.
I gave a
Yeah.
talk.
Did you?
Yeah, and then
It's
you
on
know
YouTube. You should watch it.
what's really cool about it is after you give the talk, like a week later, you get an email with everybody's feedback from the talk that lets you know how you did compared to all the other speakers.
Right.
It was really nice to pay like a couple of grand out of pocket to go to GDC and get a free email afterwards that was like, hey, your talk was in like the bottom quartile of everybody's. Thanks for coming.
Oh man. Maybe I should do a talk while I'm there.
The hole from here.
See if I can wangle one.
They'll probably let you do it. I mean, you don't get any perks for doing a talk. They let you in the building for free, but you got to pay for your own hotel and stuff.
Was on a good line.
Yeah, well, if I can do a talk at GDC and people will listen to me, it's worth it.
You know, it's overrated. Hey,
Were
here-
you nervous when you did your talk?
I was, embarrassingly enough, but GDC itself is cool. It's like a much less crowded PAX if you're like a consumer
Yeah.
or a gamer, you know? Because
Yeah, yeah.
There, lots of cool games are there, but like most of the people that are there make like speed tree and middleware for like how to
yeah. It's more businessy, right?
Yeah, how to add realistic wind to your game and stuff like that. And you're like, hey, I'm just gonna like play this.
12 under for the round.
Hey, how's baby getting along at the daycare?
So I dropped her off today. She was the only kid at daycare today. I don't know what happened there, but I dropped her off today, and the daycare provider was like, you should just go, even though she's crying. So I left, and then she sent us a bunch of photos and was like, she's pretty good today.
Oh, good.
This is like her 5th day at the daycare, and my wife had like a lot of extra time today to live her life, which is awesome.
Yeah, of course.
Recapture like 5 hours 4 times a week of adult life, which is very nice.
Yeah. Man, our baby has a cold.
Yeah, well,
everybody,
it's not COVID.
Everybody has a cold here right now. It's not. Well, we don't think it is anyway.
Be cool.
But she's all snuffly. She can't she doesn't know how to handle it. So like last night she was just like waking up, not like fully waking up, but like you could hear her just like struggling every once in a while, like snorting and stuff.
Yeah.
She just doesn't know how to clear it. It's pretty funny. Well, it's not funny. Man, she sleeps like crazy though. It's nuts.
Yeah,
like I put her on the floor. I changed her. I put her on the floor for 2 seconds just to like throw the diaper out, do something in the kitchen. I came back. She's just asleep. She just falls asleep on the floor. Like it's insane. Yeah, it's so good.
That is nice.
What a life.
Yeah, it's admirable.
Yeah, you gotta change them on the floor, chat. You can't change them up high. What if they roll off and hurt themselves?
It's valid, honestly. Like
floor is the safest place.
Dude, also, like, I thought I was good at changing diapers because I've been doing it, for like a year.
Yeah.
First time I saw the daycare provider change a diaper, she did it in like 1/5 the time that I did. I was like, I thought I knew everything there was to know. I didn't know shit. She just like put her on the ground and then was like, the diaper and the pants came off in like one go, and then before I knew it, the wet wipe was out, and then like all of a sudden it was like whoop, and it was all back on. Like she has some kind of
they don't mess around.
Some kind of crazy technique I've never seen before. It is. It's like when you're at a clothing store and you look at a shirt, then you decide you don't want it, and you try to fold it, and then the staff are just like, "Come on, buddy." Just let me do it.
They have the technique and they just do it in 2 seconds and they make you look bad.
That's what I'm telling you. That's why I want to go on a tour of like, go and you work at a sub shop and you learn, or like a burrito shop. Because I can't ever wrap the burrito myself.
Yeah, you gotta roll them up tight like a Cuban cigar.
Yeah, it's always
Kramer's crew to roll up the burritos.
Dude, I've been trying to pitch this show to Netflix for like a year. Well, like 5 years. And by pitching, I mean just shouting it and hoping someone from Netflix is watching. I think you and me in a Paris Hilton style, The Simple Life, where we just work at like jobs we've never worked at before to try to learn new skills and gain some perspective would be a ton of fun. Especially because you kind of have like you're like handy. I have no real world skills whatsoever. So I think that it would be a great combination.
You should, just like go out of your way to screw stuff up too. Like
I don't have to.
But like above and beyond, you'd be like a slapstick kind of comedy routine. You'll be like the fake falling kind of thing. Like whoa, 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 and then you just knock the whole store over.
That would be, it would be funny if you like worked at a bakery. And then everyone got there at like, 3 a.m. to start making the bread. And then you pull it out of the oven and just tip over like that cart with all the bread on it. Oh, man.
Yeah.
No, you got to work as a wood chipper and accidentally wood chip all of the clothes that you were wearing at the time. You're just standing next to the wood chipper, stark naked, crying. And there's just like little confetti of all of your clothes everywhere. That'd be great.
Like, I think it'd be sick to work at like a pizzeria.
Oh, for sure.
I make pizzas at home. They come out weird. It would be
awesome to work anywhere for 5 minutes. And
yeah.
Then after that, I think the honeymoon period's done.
That's
and you're
exactly
like, shit,
it.
This is my life.
Like,
want this?
Especially if you got somebody that's like being nice to you and teaching you how the job works, and they're almost like flattered that you're there. You know, it's only the existential dread only comes in on day 2. Day 1, you're just like, well, I'm really passionate about making pepperoni pizzas.
Yeah. I'd be offering everybody, I'd be like, hey, buddy, you want double meat, buddy?
You want
Don't
double
tell
say
my
it like
manager,
that.
dude.
Don't say it like that.
Okay. Oh, you want extra gooey cheese?
I don't like this at all.
Jeez.
Tell you the truth, I don't think he's gonna make this. It's a bit long.
Like, I think it'd
I
be
mean, like,
kind of
I always
sick.
want to.
Oh, go ahead,
Oh, go
please.
ahead.
No.
No.
Oh, well.
I was just gonna say
no,
I
okay,
always
go
want
ahead.
extra cheese, but like I'm like I don't want to pay for it. Man.
Yeah, man. I hear you.
You could go to 13
I
You know
think
when you get like
extra
a
meats are
3
ripped.
cheese? What are the 3 cheeses? You get mozzarella, you get
Feta. I always get extra, like, or I'll add feta on.
That's not part of
cheese,
the 3 cheese blend, though.
No, it's not part of
Cheddar
the. Well, there
cheese.
isn't really a 3 cheese blend though, right? Like,
Monterey Jack.
oh, you mean if you get like a cheese pizza, it's just like
Yeah.
just cheeses? Oh, yeah, I don't know. There might be cheddar in there.
It's got to be some cheddar in there, right?
Yeah.
Spice it up a bit.
I feel like
Monterey
they give you cheddar, mozzarella, and Asiago.
Let's see, he's setting up now, 2-footer.
Is that plausible?
I don't know about
I don't.
that.
I think Asiago's a bit too it of like. I love it.
And there we go.
I love it. Let me just say, I love it. I think it might be too out there for some people to be like Asiago.
It's probably
I don't even know what that
Asiago.
is.
It's. I mean, that's gotta be.
I thought you were saying Ozzy Osbourne.
That's a
Yeah,
beginner.
provolone.
cheese,
It's
man.
probably provolone.
Provolone.
I don't think it's provolone because when I eat a pizza, I'm not like no part of it tastes like socks to me.
Isn't there like a style of pizza where they use provolone instead?
No.
Lunchables
there might
pizza,
be.
maybe.
All right, time to finish this one off.
Yeah, I like provolone.
Okay.
It's got a certain sock taste to it.
After that pole,
What are you
turn
talking
12
about?
apart.
It's a great sandwich cheese. I will say that.
It would be sick to work at. Dude, I bet if you worked at Subway for a week, you would meet some people who are fucked up. You know that there's people that have like a Subway order that would make you want to throw up.
Best of luck here.
Dude, well, I mean, I used to,
This one.
with the general store, the taxi driver would come in like once a week. You get a coffee with 5 cream and 5 sugar.
Yeah.
That's a
And
little
this isn't
insane.
like a
Man,
large
like what?
vessel either. Yeah, it's
Yeah, my I hooked up with one of my childhood friends one time when I was back in Canada, and we went to Tim Hortons, and he ordered that pretty much.
5 creams?
Fucking four creams and 4 sugars in a coffee. I
It's too much.
actually almost threw
it
up.
is too
yeah.
much. Yeah, like
What are you doing to yourself here?
yeah.
Penalty
Oh,
area
frick.
coming up.
Oh man.
I had
who
regulars who would take 20 cream and 20 sugar.
That's just not coffee.
That's
That-
impossible.
That does. I think they were
That
just
person
trying
is
to,
not alive at this point.
That's a
that's
secret
not
shopper.
possible. That's you just made that up. Don't lie.
I would like 100%. They work for Reed's Dairy. They were just trying to get you to consume more cream.
Goddamn milk lobbyists.
So it's into the fairway, I think.
Oh, man, that's wild.
And
I
he's
don't. What
setting
could
up
you even
here
do that's
on
like weird at a
5
Subway
yards out.
though? I mean, I know you could do some funky stuff, but like,
So
like
much
yeah, like
mayo.
a tuna.
Like just
you could get like
sauces?
tuna and ketchup, or like just tuna
Okay.
and ketchup on a sub.
that's pretty gross.
Well, I think I screenshotted because there was a time in my life I was obsessed with browsing the Subway subreddit, right? And I screenshotted somebody's order that was like ridiculous. It was just like double everything, and then he said when he like got home, it was double everything and like a bunch of sauces. But he was like, I don't like the mustard that they have there, so when I get home, I open it up and put my own mustard on it. And I'm like, this guy is like the FBI is aware of this man's existence for sure.
I think the Subway mustard is pretty good, right? Like
I got nothing against it.
I don't.
They got the
I-
normal mustard, but then they got like the honey mustard and stuff, and like it's all fine.
It's all about the Southwest sauce, man.
They got rid of it. Well, they rebranded it.
Oh yeah, what is it called now? It's like just Chipotle something, or
I don't remember. I haven't been in a bit, but well, I'm gonna go to the Subway
He's got 15
subreddit.
feet to the cup.
What the hell is Chipotle? Like I see it everywhere all the time now.
Chipotle is like if you let jalapeno like fully ripen to red, and then it's
5
like
feet to the cup from here.
I trust
you
them
know,
on this.
it's and then it's dried. That's a Chipotle.
Far so good.
Right.
Okay, that
Why now though? Like, why is this all of a sudden become so popular? It's like it's everywhere.
I mean, it's been bubbling for the past decade plus, man. It's good. You get a thing, a little can of like Chipotle's and adobo sauce so you make your own Chipotle sauce. So good.
Right.
So good.
When you're waiting for the sandwich to toast, and it's a 2-panel meme image of that monkey from the Spanish Sesame Street that's like looking at the...
Katy Perry's rack?
No. You know what, the one where he's like looking at the person, then he's looking away, he's looking at the camera, he's looking away. When a family of 6 comes in, POV, you're in the middle of a rush, and a family of 6 decides to use this time to use their kids' social skills and force them to order their food themselves.
Thanks for playing PGA Tour 2K21.
I'm just waiting for the punchline. The punchline was the lady rolled her eyes.
And I just unlocked some new sunglasses.
Put them on.
I don't even understand. Maybe Malf or Sips, you'll understand this one. As I get us going on a. I'll get us on a front 9 here. No, it's a new one. It's a new one. Hey man, we got to refill the Coke. It's out of flavor. What are you talking about? I just refilled it, but it doesn't taste like anything. And then it's Steve Harvey looking like somebody just said the F word on the Family Feud. It's a COVID joke. Oh.
Wait, what?
Because you can't taste anything.
Oh.
Oh, now I get it. Okay, you can join up.
Okay.
Wait, did people actually get that first time without having to be
like instantly?
Have it explained?
Instantly. Really? There's some good Subway memes here, man.
Yeah, I'm dumb as hell.
When a customer asks for a 6-inch, so you take out a foot long and start cutting it, and they immediately say, no, I wanted a 6-inch. And then it's someone's eyes rolling back in their head so hard you can see the veins on the underside of their eye. You guys like this section? You enjoying this section?
No.
No, that's okay. Well,
I'm gonna go hang out on the Quiznos subreddit.
Me, when I can't put my gloves on and the customers are waiting for me, and it's the image of the kid with the veins popping out of his forehead in class.
Oh yeah, I know that. I know that image. Yeah.
I think I'm familiar with that image. I think. What's the what was the caption again?
When you're trying to put gloves on but you can't get them on and there's customers waiting.
Oh right, this is again a Subway thing.
I guess
like this is these are all memes made by Subway employees.
That's correct. Yeah. I smoked bud out of a 6-inch honey oat. I made a bread bowl, guys, a bread bowl, and then it's a picture of a 6-inch honey oat baguette with 2 holes poked out of it.
Oh man.
When a customer goes to the bathroom while you're making their sub and you take it out of the oven, and then it's that 3 pictures of Pablo Escobar from Narcos waiting around that I tweet Malf when he says he's not streaming.
Yeah.
Oh, this is pretty good.
Oh crap. But wait. Nice bounce. Look at that. Went the distance.
This is a great subreddit, man. Okay, this one's actually good. I promise this is the last one, okay? Unless I find another good one. Me wrapping sandwich. Customer, and then it's a picture of Yoda. No, there is another. Oh, I bet that's frustrating.
Oh, there is another when you're wrapping the sandwich?
Because you know they like you've already made the whole sandwich and then you're about to check them out, but they're like, oh, and I'll also have, because you're supposed to order it at the start. You know what I mean?
What, another full sandwich, or like did they miss a topping or something?
Another full sandwich. You know, because you're supposed to order all the sandwiches at the start of the thing, and then you don't get to the.
So there's already like a whole chain of other sandwiches.
The sandwiches are supposed to be made concurrently within one order, instead of one sandwich gets through the pipe and then another one goes through and then another one goes through. So now that you know the punchline, you can laugh because it's really.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, that's true. That would be frustrating. I just feel bad, you know?
Yeah. I just would refuse to make it.
Imagine being behind them in line. You're like, oh, I'm about to start my sandwich. And then they're like, oh, there's another. You're like, oh, come on.
Yeah, no.
I'd do that, but with like the party subs.
The 30 footer?
What kind of video?
Oh, I forgot to order a 30-foot party sub.
So they're like, okay, on the cold cuts? Yeah, I'll have everything on the cold cuts. Any chips or cookies? Yeah, I'll also have a 6-foot braided salami party sub to go, please. No, for here. I'm gonna eat it on your shitty little circular table.
Man, the Subway cookies, I don't know if they've changed much, but I remember when you used to get them, they felt like they weren't baked properly. Like they were always really like too chewy, like they were too soft.
They're very chewy. It's true.
People love a soft cookie, man.
Yeah. Oh, they love the macadamia nut cookies, man.
These ones kind of felt like they needed maybe 5 more minutes in the oven, you know?
Mm-hmm. Didn't they just like they're part of that group of big restaurants that are like, oh no, we're losing customers because we've sucked and not changed for a while. So like we're gonna change your bread in a, you know. Did they change their bread?
Well, so again, as the resident Subway expert here, they did do an Eat Fresh refresh this year, where they refreshed the branding and they culled some sauces and added some others, and now they're trying to get into the Popeyes game. They got a fried chicken sandwich that's called something ridiculous, like a chicken snacker.
It's a sidekick.
Yeah, it's sidekicks. That's it. But the way I understand it from being on the subreddit is that even the employees are like, this Eat Fresh refresh is not going to do it, man. All they did was change the sign.
Yeah. That's a shame.
So do you think people are eating at Subway less and less now? Like, is it
becoming
a big problem?
They've been running into trouble.
Nobody wants to eat fresh anymore.
Nobody wants to eat a foot of bread for breakfast.
Firehouse subs, baby.
They don't want to have microwave eggs for breakfast from Subway.
Well, it's like the same thing, you know, Tim Hortons is going on this big, like, we're trying to make changes to have a positive impact on the environment and all that stuff. It's like, you've been voted as, like, the #1 or tied for #1 plastic polluter in Canada for the past decade. Like, frick off with this. Oh, we're trying to do better now, bro.
Well, yeah, most people don't know this, but 5% of Canada's garbage by weight is just cream cheese scraped off the top of a Tim Hortons bagel.
Plus two.
Have you guys ever had a bagel with just butter on it before?
I have.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's pretty good.
It's
I can
really
go
good.
for it.
Yeah. Honestly, like I don't even get cream cheese anymore.
Wow.
I used to have cream cheese on a bagel, but now I've gone the other way. I just like butter on them.
I'd prefer the cream cheese, but you could take either for sure.
It's like a bagel place I used to go to, but they had really good salads. So like I'd actually go for the salad, but when you get a salad, they give you a bagel. It's like cream cheese would be a bit much. So I'd get the bagel with the butter, and it was just the perfect touch.
It's a weird meal though, like a bagel and a salad.
A little odd,
weird,
but the salads were to die for, man.
Versace salads.
Oh man.
What did you have in that salad? What made them so good?
I would use it's just like the way they put them together. It's like it's one of those things like you could never assemble a salad so perfectly like dressed and balanced as they could. You could buy all the same ingredients and whatnot. I mean, they are good quality ingredients, but they just had the magic touch, you know? I usually get the Greek, which is really good, but they had their own like Greek dressing they made too, and it's sublime.
I went to Disneyland in California one year. Maker Studios like took us there. Like we were out doing something for Maker, and then they were like, "Hey, let's go to Disneyland tomorrow," and we were like, "Okay, fine." So like it's pretty cool. It was like we got like a tour. Like they had we had like a Disney tour guide that like took us around, and we got to see like behind the scenes stuff and everything. It was kind of cool. And then they took us out for dinner, and I had a salad at the restaurant that we went to, and it was crazy. It was like it was really good, but I'm not sure how healthy it was because like I think it had lots of like dressing and stuff on it. But man, it had everything in it. It had like walnuts, and there was like orange slices in it and stuff. But it all worked like so well. It was like probably the best salad I've ever had.
Salads are good, man. Dude, I remember the first time I ever had a taco salad.
Oh,
Which,
in
again,
the taco
you
bowl?
don't eat a taco salad, trying to be, healthy. Well, no, like I had it like the first time with just the chips, and I was like, this is awesome. Like, why haven't we not been doing this before? And then we went to a restaurant the one time, and I saw they had a taco salad on the menu. I was like, I'm gonna get that, and it came out in the bowl, and I lost myself. I was like, oh my gosh, because it's like you eat the bowl as you go.
Oh.
When,
I like the sound of that.
When the customer asks for avocado after you've already put the lettuce on their sandwich.
5-foot putt.
Oof.
It's a picture of SpongeBob SquarePants screaming.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had to go deep for that. Sorry.
And after that one, you'll bring
you want some more?
Down to 300.
Yo,
I
yeah.
mean, I'm always ready. Yeah.
Imagine you can't afford a Subway sandwich and they just disassemble your shit right in front of you.
Oh.
Number 3.
Okay,
But like,
sorry.
that bothers me, as somebody who used to work like a cash register, and we had candy. You get kids would come in.
Mm-hmm.
They bring all the stuff up to the counter,
Yeah.
and then they'd be like, how much is this? And then you're like, okay, well that's like that, and then they like count their like pennies,
Yeah.
and they're like, and then they like, okay, just 1 second, and they run back down the aisle, and they're like I'm gonna get like 3 more gummy worms or whatever. And you're like, it's like, okay. And then at a certain point, you're just like, all right, how much money do you have? And then they're like, all right, I have this much. They're like, go back and get like 3 more of those and 2 of those. It's annoying, man. I mean, I get it. You wanna get the most juice out of your squeeze, but.
Oh man, I think I got a lot of time for that. Like, I feel like I should be impatient about it, but I don't. After you have kids and you see them do stuff like that, you just think, man, they're only kids for such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Like, you just gotta let them do their thing, you know.
What about when you
They
see
wanna
like
count nickels and dimes and buy like exactly 21 gummy worms or whatever? Fuck it, I don't care. Like, I'm not in a rush. Like, I mean, the person behind them has $300 worth of like Diet Coke in their cart. They can fucking wait.
Touche.
Dude, Malf, at the convenience store in Camden East, me and my neighbor used to just hold the door open for people, and then they would give us a quarter every time. It was I know the story sounds like it's from the 1930s or something, but
No,
no,
I like
we would
that.
we'd hold open the door, and then they would just put a shiny quarter in our hands.
That's a sweet gig.
It's probably it's like $100 an hour.
It's better than the kids at the high school that used to sell darts for 50 cents a pop.
Oh yeah, man. Don't even get me started on those guys.
Although I will say they probably made bank.
Yeah. But when you're in high school, like if you're selling smokes for 50 cents a pop, like you think you're like richer than anybody on planet Earth. You're like, that's incredible.
Yeah. Dude. I mean, I had access to a lot of cigarettes. I could have made pure profit, if you know what I mean.
I have no
Could have
idea.
pulled a Mathis.
I don't really know what you mean, but
Could have pulled a Mathis.
did you work at like a tobacco plant?
No, I mean, general store. We had cartons of cigarettes,
But you were too young. Wouldn't you have had to get somebody to like... hey, can you open up the case and steal a pack
Are you
of
kidding me?
Demoriate Light 500s?
Dude, I had the keys to the palace, to the kingdom.
Did you guys did you guys ever ask anybody outside of Becker's to go into Becker's and buy cigarettes for you?
No.
No. Ryan used to do that with the Frosters, though.
What is a Froster?
The slushy.
Oh!
Wait, that's Max Milk. Sorry. Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I was never much of a frosty guy, although I have been known to juice up some numbskulls before
Oh yeah.
before seeing Austin Powers and Goldmember.
Excuse me, you, me, you, me.
You, me.
Some numbskulls. That's hilarious. Oh man.
Dude.
Okay, watch this drive. You ready?
Ooh.
Oh,
It looks.
look at the
Oh, the
curvature on
wind.
this.
Look at that. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Oh, we haven't even gotten started on Canadianisms yet. I mean, Becker's, that takes me back. Max Milk.
Well, the beer store and the LCBO,
Oh,
like
dude.
They're
LCBO
still
was
around, man.
impossible to get somebody to go in and buy stuff for you, but the beer store was fairly easy, right? You just hung around outside of it and you just said, "Hey, can you get me? Can you buy us beer?" There'd always be some guy who's like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." Just give him money and he'd go and buy some.
Very sandy. Let's get out of here.
I never had a taste for beer when I was like
Underage.
too young to
Yeah.
purchase it for myself.
We just got dial a bottle, and then we had one friend who was over the age of 19. So they would just deliver it and be like, it's like 300 beers here. And then one 19-year-old kid would just sign for it and be like, yep, it's all mine.
Oh man. We were close to Quebec, so we could go if we wanted to. We could go. We could just
Yeah.
drive. It was like 40 minutes drive into Gatineau, and then you could go to the grocery store and just buy beer,
Oh,
liquor,
La Fin du
cigarettes and
Mont,
stuff. Yeah, they barely ever carded you like we used
Blanche
to
de
go.
Chambly,
Oh yeah,
avec du fromage.
Pinot Grigio.
And my favorite beer, yes.
I love that.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna open up a sandwich shop, and one of them's gonna be called Peanut Greasio.
That sounds really bad.
Got a long putt to
No,
deal
see,
with
it'll be
here.
like
It'd be a
what's
fried
that?
peanut butter sandwich.
No, it'll be like that.
What, like a deep fried one?
Shake Shack. They have like the secret burger that's got the peanut sauce on it.
Okay.
It'll be like a really greasy burger, greasy smash burger with some peanuts and sauce and bacon on it.
A sniper.
Yeah.
Is that shot?
There's a great
-2. Oh yeah, you're gonna -2 something Shake Shack did, chat.
No, but Shake Shack didn't call their restaurant the peanut greasio.
Neither did I. I said that's gonna be the name of the sandwich.
Oh, okay.
The restaurant is gonna be called probably.
Yeah.
Let me think about it.
Right by
Malfwich. Yeah, Malfwich.
There you go.
Mouth-
You should just call it Licks.
there it is.
Yeah.
Licks Burgers.
They went bankrupt, so the name
Did
is
they?
available. Yeah.
It's
Can't you
available.
still-
Yeah, you can.
Can you
course
still
look it
get
up.
their stuff in the frozen food section though?
I haven't been to an
They
M&M's
used
meat
to have a
shops.
Licks in the Byward Market.
Dude,
I'm pretty
it's
sure.
absolutely horrible idea for a restaurant. You go there,
Yeah.
have all the bacon double cheeseburger. One bacon double cheeseburger for this man. You get like they're always singing at you all the time.
I still remember grade 7 when we went to Ottawa. I went to the Byward Market.
Yeah.
But when we got there, it was like lunchtime, so we went across the street to the McDonald's, and I got a big extra. Man,
That McDonald's in the Byward Market was the place you went to at 2-3 o'clock in the morning when you were done going downtown, going out, and you would just get a whole bunch of chicken nuggets to eat on the bus on the way home.
Oh yeah.
It was just filled with really, really drunk people all the time.
Fantastic work. Putting for eagle.
Yeah, I had that impression even as a kid. I was like, this place seems
Yeah.
Dude,
Not safe.
what about the
No,
Rito Center though?
Oh man.
Oh, great food court, great movie theater. You're from Kingston. That's like the most exotic food you get to eat as a kid. Is like when you go to a different city and you can eat at a different food court restaurant. We don't have to eat at the Manchu Wok anymore. They got like a Jimmy the Greek here.
Rendezvous Rideau. Yeah, it's got a Westin Hotel attached to it as
Wow,
well.
I've always wanted to. Like Kendrick Lamar says, "Motherfucker, you can live at the mall."
Yeah, there you go. You could. You just
That's like a childhood fantasy, man.
Get a room at the Westin. Spend all day in the Rito Center. They got an Eaton in there. They got the Bay. They got Miss Tiddlywinkles.
Right, yeah.
Fucking They got the Eddie Bauer. There's an Eddie Bauer in there.
Harry Rosen.
Fucking the other one there, Northern Elements or whatever it's called.
Dude,
Dude. Oshkosh.
You name it, they got it.
You need a sweater with an airbrushed loon on it. That place has got you covered. Northern exposure.
Northern
It's so
exposure,
good.
yeah.
Well, you need a 11-year-old girl's
Champ
sweatshirt that
Sports.
says Mice Girls on it, and it's got 5 mice that kind of look like the Spice Girls. There you go. That's the perfect place.
I used to live in Orleans, and they had a mall there called Place d'Orléans, and I haven't been there for like, oh god, it's like maybe 15 years or whatever, and I went like 2 years ago. Like I took my family, we went to visit family who were still in Orleans and stuff. Went to Place, and holy crap. It's depressing when you visit places from your childhood that like were depressing back then, but you didn't realize because you're a kid,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's only when you get older you realize like how crappy these places are, and why you would feel nostalgic about them, and you know what I mean. Like it calls a lot into question, and then I was shaking and crying like the whole time. I didn't really enjoy it at all.
Well, people were
know what's
saying the Rito Center or the Rito McDonald's is like the sketchiest one in Canada. But
Really?
I haven't
there's
been.
murders. There's a murder at the Rito Center when I was like younger. I think a guy shot another guy coming out of the elevator, but like he was running after them. This happened like
This is the plot to 12 Monkeys.
No, I'm definitely happened at the Rito Center. But they've got like the light rail. There's a light rail station that's like hooked into it now too. So
I mean,
that's got to make it even more dangerous. Right?
Now, that's what we should do. We should do a video series where we go to the sketchiest McDonald's in Canada.
Yeah.
I know you got to know some sketchy McDonald's in Toronto. There's at least a handful in Vancouver that I probably would not feel comfortable going into after about 8 p.m.
There's a guy. I know
shooters
one
in
where
Montreal.
a dude was stabbed in the neck right outside of one a couple years back.
Jesus.
You go there. Oh, what am I gonna eat? Like the hash browns or something?
Why do you say it like that?
Get some hotcakes, man.
Hotcake?
hash
Oh, pancakes.
Yeah, you got to get them before 10 a.m., but like it's worth it.
Oh, it's like they got all day breakfast here now, man.
Are you serious?
They do.
Been for years.
But
Okay,
there's
well,
a catch.
they didn't have that in Sweden last time we were there. We wanted to get some hotcakes at McDonald's when we were in Sweden. We went in, it was like 11 o'clock in the morning. They're like, oh, sorry, we stopped serving half an hour ago. What the fuck? It was like 2019 or something. Like, I couldn't believe it.
There's
That's
a
like
catch,
in Big Daddy. He's trying to get the kid out of bed to get to McDonald's to get breakfast. Because, like, the kid, otherwise Adam Sandler always sleeps in. But he's like, oh, we're awake now. We might as well go get breakfast. And then they finally get there. But it's like 10:30. And he's like, oh, we just made it in time. And like, oh, we stopped serving at 10. And he's like, are you kidding me?
Isn't that from the Michael Douglas movie where he's
Falling down.
Yeah.
Defense, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I know it's in Mr. Deeds too, but
I will say though, if you think that you're for me, best part of McDonald's breakfast, hash browns. You try to get some McDonald's breakfast at 11:30 a.m. They say, are fries okay? Because they don't have that.
Oh,
they
man,
don't do the hash browns after 11.
I'll give you the hash browns. I like the hash browns, but the hotcakes with the little plastic tubs of syrup, I don't know. Like they're really good. Like I'd say they're a contender to the hash browns.
I like the sausage rounds too, and because Kate gets the big breakfast sometimes, and I'll steal a little sausage round.
What's that? Everybody always says that coffee at McDonald's is really good.
it's just the old Tim Hortons one.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's not that good. Whatever they just like fill it with a ton of milk. So even if the coffee itself is decent, it's just like milk.
Yeah, like the iced coffee at McDonald's, IMO, kind of bad. Oops.
Wow.
It's a good pot.
Dude, I gotta tell you, so I've been to McDonald's 2 times in the last 6 weeks, and
Jesus.
I am fucking cleaning up on Monopoly, man. Right, can I tell you right now? I got a free cheeseburger. It's not a Big Mac. is not a deluxe quarter pounder. It's a free cheeseburger. Lil Donut. I got a free Lil Donut of my choice right now. And I don't believe I have a soda yet. I got to get like a cup of water, but medium French fries. So I got a meal going there just with my Monopoly pulls. And I'm one away from a 2021 Chevrolet Equinox.
Man.
If anybody pulls St. Lawrence Market for Canadian McDonald's Monopoly, let me know. You can just buy half of the Chevrolet Equinox off of me in cash. We could do this. We can source this from our audience. I don't want the Equinox, okay? I will never buy another General Motors product as long as I live.
We have one McDonald's in Jersey, one, and I've never been to it.
Really?
Yeah, I can't even remember the last time I ate at McDonald's. Like it was.
Go get some hotcakes, man.
It was like years ago.
Monopoly going, man.
Yeah, you're depriving your kids of your McDonald's.
Yeah, they've
nostalgia.
never been either. They've never been to McDonald's before in their life.
I
Parent.
gotta say though, lads, I know we're only halfway through the front nine here, but I think it'll stay up for you two if you're interested in playing it out. But I gotta get out of here.
That's fine. You forfeit, you lose.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you had -6. It's now +6. That's just the way it goes. Unfortunately.
Oh, wait, for minus a 12-stroke penalty for leaving early.
Yeah.
I thought we were just gonna count it like I shot a 0 on the last 2 holes.
No, it's